What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. Today, we starting off October right. Got some scary stories, talking about some creepy stuff.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? I got my hoodie on, too. Hoodie season, bro. No A boogie.
It's only cold out here because I got the AC on.
That's true, yeah. If you didn't, bro, I would be suffering, bro. No cap. Hopefully, y'all can see my eyes. I got to have these blue light glasses on because, my eyes been hurting and shit, but...
Oh, those are blue light?
Yeah, these are blue light. No prescriptions, bro. I don't need no prescriptions, even though I do, but I can't.
Well, I got the shining gun, so I don't know about that.
Nah, you got Bianca gun, bro. All right. So what you got in, today?
All right, bro. So, I kind of want to start off by, seeing what your opinions are, if you have any scary stories. But shout out to Mr. Ballin. First of all, if y'all don't know him, man, he got one of the best podcasts out there, best YouTube videos. So
a lot of inspiration.
Yep. So, again, it's October, bro. So we want to start off right. Talk about something creepy, scary stories. I don't know if you heard of the one about her name is Teresita Basa, I think.
No, what's
a Filipino lady.
Filipino.
We always talk about Filipinos, Asians, Latinos, but those are some of the scariest stories. Come on now.
Yeah, Filipinos. Yeah, they be having like some scary ass shit. No,
for real. We'll get into it. But anyways, she was she was like an immigrant. I don't know if she was an immigrant or a second generation, but she was a Filipino lady that worked in Chicago. She was a nurse. She got her master's, all that stuff.
Oh, you showed me this one, right?
Yeah, she's pretty successful, right?
Yeah, this one's crazy, bro.
Anyway, she had befriended some guy in Chicago. It was actually some guy that worked with her in the hospital. And long story short, just to concise it, she got murdered. And her apartment, I think the neighbors had found her or something, and they reported it to the police. But her body was burnt. She had a knife in her chest when they found her. And there was a while before they even found out who did it or what really happened to her. But she had another Filipino coworker at the hospital, and she would show up to work after the fact, after she got murdered, right? There's another Filipino coworker that would show up every day, and then her other coworkers would start to notice that she would kind of act like her, like do her mannerisms, or I don't know, just acting strange, like sitting at the table, because Teresita used to sit at a table by herself, eat her own lunch every single day. You know how you have your own. Sometimes people go to their car for lunch every day. Sometimes people eat at their desk, whatever.
Oh yeah. Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom. Yeah, on that Dane drop stuff.
Yeah, for
car reviews.
car
food reviews.
Nah, for real, those hit different because if it's in a car, and it's a review, that shit's fucking hella good.
Well, it's easy. Just put your phone right there, watch the video real quick.
Yeah, on a phone mount, and just be like, "Yo, guys, today we got this." Nah, but go ahead.
No, we're not getting sidetracked. Anyways. Yeah. So the other coworker, after Teresita had died, she would do things like sit at the table that Teresita would eat at.
So this was like a new person?
It's her coworker.
Her coworker,
and she's also Filipino.
Oh shit!
Filipinos and nursing, all that.
Yeah, they be acting. I guess they be acting the same sometimes.
Well, it's weird because she was sitting at the table that she never sat there before. Mm-hmm. So she was sitting at the exact table, exact chair that Teresita would sit in. I forget all the other details about how she would act, but she would kind of, I guess,
mimic,
I guess, but it's not like she was doing it on purpose.
Did they know each other?
I think vaguely.
So they just
knew of each other.
Okay.
So, anyways, time had went by, and there was the first incident was the lady had gone back to her house. Her husband was there, and then out of nowhere, she just kind of went into a trance. And she was in the middle of a conversation with her husband, and she wouldn't say anything, and then she just had a blank look on her face, right? And then her husband be like, "Yo, what's going on with you? You okay, babe? Whatever." And then out of nowhere, you hear kind of growling or rumbling, and then what
the fuck?
When she talked, it wasn't her voice. This is what the husband had said. The husband while the husband was talking to her, it would be like a rumbling noise, and then out of nowhere, it would be. Mr. Ballin described it as like a Spanish influenced Filipino accent. So she's probably really from the islands, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, because we were colonized by the Spanish.
Exactly, but yeah, he didn't recognize her voice. It was like a dark, rumbling, growling kind of voice.
When was this? When they were about to sleep?
There was a few times, and one of them was when once actually they were in bed. But for this one, I think it was maybe right after work or something like that, kind of in the evening.
You know a lot about these stories too, but for you to constantly remember this one, this one
gave me the chills, bro.
Oh my god.
And especially, I don't know, when I was listening to it, it really it freaked me out, just because like I said, Filipino culture, Asian culture, ghost stories.
There's something different about it, bro.
It's nothing to play about, bro.
Because for us, we're both Filipino, so it's just
Am I?
No, I don't know. I don't think you are, but I think you might be adopted. Because I mean, anyways, so we experience some of the culture that we hear about.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
to know like the more island stuff, bro. Like we can
exactly.
connect to that in some way because we're Filipino.
And a lot of the
bro.
movies are true too. But anyways, so this happened a couple times, and one time too, like they were in bed, and this started happening to her again. It was like in the middle of the night while they were sleeping, and she just woke up and started speaking in another again like a different accent, and it wasn't her voice. Like you can really tell that it wasn't. The husband said that it wasn't her talking.
A whole ass person.
It was a whole ass different
like
person
a whole ass
talking.
different person in the room.
And then what the person would say that's coming out of this other lady's mouth is that I think it was in Tagalog in Filipino, but the wife that was like, I guess you can call it getting possessed, started talking to the husband saying, "Hey, my name is Teresita Basa. I was murdered, and I need your help, doctor, to tell." Or I guess the I don't know what the husband was, whatever his profession was, but she was like, "I need your help, sir. I need you to help me bring my death to justice."
That's crazy.
Crazy.
And they didn't know each other like that.
No, they didn't know each other. And yeah, that's the thing. She would say stuff like, "Oh, I can prove it's me because the guy that killed me stole my ring that I had," and she described it perfectly. Like it was like just for example, like a ruby ring on my pinky or something like that. A necklace that her mom had gave her before she came from the Philippines, right?
I got goosebumps.
It's crazy, bro. And that happened a couple times, and they didn't do anything about it because they were like, like who's gonna believe this, right? And eventually, once they had like a trial, stuff like that, those people actually came forward and kind of helped bring her death to justice because they knew details that unless they were the killers, that no one else would know besides the killer.
But how would you even describe that in court?
Well,
I guess if you have no medical history of being like psycho, I mean, I guess.
Well, things like again, like her necklace that maybe it was a special cross that had 3 diamonds in it or something, and they knew that, and that's kind of they found that stuff on the guy that killed the Teresita.
That's crazy, bro. Because I mean,
that's wild.
The thing is, if you were to explain that in court, you would have to have a good alibi to not be connected to that because they're going to be like...
Well, also, you can't... I mean, if you really think about it, like, people telling ghost stories, like, that's not going to hold up in court. And it actually didn't for a while, I think. But because of those details, it helps solve her murder.
If you were part of the jury, would you believe it? If you were the judge, would you believe it?
If they told me that story and how it was in the jury, I'd probably believe it. But... I mean, like... You probably you have to believe in that kind of stuff, right?
If it then gets solved by by that evidence, then I feel like you could prove that it actually happened. The paranormal shit or the ghost spirit actually possessed her maybe. And after they solved that case, after they found what happened to her, because if they use that as evidence to incriminate someone, then that wouldn't be fair. Well, at the same time, they'd be like, what the fuck? Like, how is that possible?
Well, I mean, if you have, like, details about it, bro, like, I don't know, again, like the jewelry, or let's say they knew about, like, a birthmark she had on her back or something like that, and there was history of them not really knowing each other. I mean, that's pretty fucking crazy if you really think about it.
Yeah, that's true, because, I mean, how else would you know about that unless either you experienced that exact story or you had something to do with it.
Yeah, or you were one of the killers, or you were there.
No, yeah, exactly.
Conspiring or something.
So that's what I'm wondering. Like, okay, how did they use that in court? How were they not accused of killing her? Did he talk about that? Did Mr. Ballin talk about that?
I don't remember exactly, but I just know that they said straight up that we didn't want to go to the police because we didn't know how people would react to this. We didn't know how we can tell the story, being believable, right? Mm-hmm. But I guess that maybe the jury like heard them out, maybe thought, hey, like it's impossible for them to know like these kind of details. So how else, And I guess it would help because maybe I think they did have what's that called when they're like accusing somebody or they think they have the person. I don't know that. Well, let's just call
suspect.
Suspect, yeah. Stupid. Yeah, suspect. Like,
you good, bro?
I think they already had a suspect. So, and if they found those kind of artifacts or those jewelry on the suspect, then that kind of puts 2 and 2 together.
What did they call it?
And I think they had an alibi too for that day that she was murdered. That she was. I think they were both working or something. And then
when the death occurs, I think one of the first things that they find out is if there's a what do you call it? Foul play. Foul play is like if someone if it was like
them.
suspicious if they got murdered.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
If they could tell like that they didn't like just fall and hit their head or something, she had a knife in her fucking chest, so of course.
So both of these ladies were Filipino?
Both of them were Filipino. That's what I don't know.
That's
something
crazy.
about that just creeps me out too. There was also an incident that she had where she claimed that one time she was having panic attacks. Remember I told you she was feeling weird, acting kind of weird.
So that never happened before.
What?
Her panic attacks.
I don't think so. No.
Oh,
she said that she said that she was getting freaked out about something, and so she needed to go in like a medical closet in the hospital, and then out of nowhere she turned around and she saw Teresita's dead body. Like she saw like an illusion or like her figure there.
Oh, so like kind of like what do you call, starts with an H? Fuck.
I don't know why I can't think about it.
Dude, I can't fucking think about it, but it's like a hallucination.
I was gonna say hippopotamus.
Bro, I was gonna say something like that too, bro. What the fuck? No, but so in the end, who was it? Like, did they find out who it was?
It was a guy. Oh, also, I'm leaving a lot of details, but also Teresita had kept like a diary, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and then there was one, she put like the guy's initials, like give AS this or something, like
she wrote it while like in
the initials.
Where?
She had a diary. Teresita had a diary. The girl that died, she had a diary.
So how did she write that?
But that was before, yeah.
Oh shit.
And so it kind of put two and two together where, she's meeting up with this guy. Oh, there's a guy that has the initials AS at her job. And so, they kind of put that together to kind of found him as a suspect.
Shit. Among Us, bro. So then what? So what happened after that? Why did that person kill her?
I don't remember exactly. I feel like it was just a petty crime because he didn't rape her. I think she was a virgin. He didn't sexually assault her or anything young? Like that. No, she was maybe like 30 or 40s.
She was a virgin.
Bro,
I'm not trying. My bad. No. I was just asking. No, but I mean,
this is different times, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay. My fault, bro. My fault. No, but actually, I have a story that I don't remember the exact details nor names or like where it happened, but I'm pretty sure you'll find this to be familiar. There was this one lady that was, was seen at a hotel in the surveillance camera through.
Oh my god!
In the elevator.
I forgot what her name is.
I know.
Right? It was not that long ago though, right? In the Cecil Hotel.
Is that what it? Okay,
dude, this is one of my like scariest.
Yeah, this one's crazy. This one's crazy, but okay.
Because of the footage, bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, because of the footage, right? This case was known mainly because of the footage.
Elisa Lam
of her
R.I.P.
Damn, you know that?
Because I watched the video and I looked into it. It's crazy.
So what? Here, I'll explain it to them.
Yeah.
Right. So there is camera footage of, this person of what's her name?
Elisa Lam.
Elisa.
Elisa with an E.
Oh, Elisa.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a surveillance of Elisa going into into an elevator in a hotel, and she was acting kind of odd, as if someone was trying to chase her.
Well, first of all,
follow her.
She was I think she was like an exchange student or something like that. She was traveling the U.S. or Canada by herself.
So she didn't really know.
Yeah, she was by herself, but she was a good student.
Mm-hmm.
She was a kind person. That's what her family had said.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, she wanted to travel by herself.
So that surveillance footage was the last seen footage of Lisa. So, I think a little bit, before they reviewed the footage, there were a lot of, what do you call it? People at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were complaining that the water was bad.
Yeah,
the water was bad.
dark.
It was dark. It was
it looked like it was murky.
Black,
yeah.
and it was like you can't use that water, right? So when people were trying to use that water, they're like, "What the fuck? What is wrong with it?" So they complained to the hotel, the management and everything like that, as far as I remember.
Yep.
And they were wondering, like, what's going on? This never really happens, right? People were thinking like, oh, it's nothing bad. It's just like they have to drain a little bit of the water out and then it'll be okay. But that wouldn't happen. So time came by, and it was when I think a worker went to go check the water tank.
The water tower, yeah.
The water tower at the roof of the hotel.
Yep.
And when they looked into the water tower and into the tank, what they found, I'm about to hype this up. What they found was fucking gruesome. It was Elisa. It was Elisa in, her body had decomposed.
I just
already.
got goosebumps. Yeah.
She was already,
she was naked.
She was naked. Her corpse was just lying. She was dead.
I think her body was crammed in there.
basically stuffed.
Yeah, stuff.
So people were still, I think we're still using that water, and we're just like ignoring the fact that it's like all dark, and it's like maybe it's just the color of something from the pipes or something like that. So I heard people were still using it, like the faucets and everything.
Yeah,
but
they were showering.
But sometimes I think that most of the water lines, like to the showers, I don't think they were working that much. But I know that people were using the sink water, and I don't know if people were drinking it. But it doesn't change the fact that the water was all murky, disgusting, because it had Elisa's corpse in it. And it turns out, wait, did they ever solve that? Dude,
no,
I don't.
Another detail is that when the worker went up to go check the water tower, and the water tower, mind you, is it's on the top. It's actually literally on the roof on the outside of the building.
Mm-hmm.
And to get up there, it's like a locked door that only employees have the key for.
Right.
And they said that it was that. I don't know how, like maybe like there was not that many workers because it was at nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
but they said it was damn near impossible for just a regular person staying at the hotel to be able to get access to go up there.
I got fucking goosebumps.
So
bro.
if you really think about it, like how is that possible for her to go up there and then get crammed and stuffed into the tank? You didn't even tell the best part yet, bro. What happened in the elevator?
So in the elevator, right? She ran into the elevator, and she was like looking back and forth, outside of the actual elevator, looking,
Mhm.
Down the hallway, looking left and right, as if
Like she was-
something was
yeah.
following or something. Someone was trying to kill her.
You can tell that she was scared.
She was in panic, bro. Like she
Yeah.
was in panic. Like she was in fear of her life. And she
that's
was
like the
spamming all the buttons.
Yeah,
right?
that's
She was
like the
spamming all
first like
buttons.
10, 20 seconds of the video, and then she
Imagine-
starts acting weird.
Imagine like someone's chasing you, bro. So you're like thinking, oh shit, Michael Myers is coming over. I gotta
But
click all
mind
these
you,
buttons.
in the video, you don't
Mhm.
see anyone else.
You don't see anyone else. Was there was there a figure that came in and out? Or was that
No,
something else?
nothing else in the
So
elevator
it was-
footage.
okay,
Nothing.
So it was nothing, and she was just acting all sporadic. She was scared.
But first of all, I mean, what do you think about when you see something like that? You think a murderer or a killer is chasing her, or she's running away from somebody,
In
right?
all honesty,
But there was nothing there.
I would think, I'm not even gonna lie, it was probably something that had to do with her mental. Because there was it could be paranormal stuff.
Yeah,
Or it could be something that was like something fucked with her mind.
That's what they were
thinking.
thinking. But they found no traces of alcohol, no
Mhm.
traces of drugs, and she didn't have like a history of acting out or having these kind of mental breakdowns
And
or
she
something
was
like that.
naked in the water tower, bro. Like that is creepy as fuck. And that's what led, of course, the authorities and management from the hotel to review the footage. And when they reviewed it, that I'm pretty sure they were like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because that was the last seen footage.
To me, what do you think it looks like? Do you think it looks like a murder or something like that?
No, I think it was something.
I
like
think it was
mental,
something-
dude.
I think it was something paranormal because
Yeah, exactly.
you guys seen all the movies, right? You've seen all the movies where sometimes even in Stranger Things or their bodies become disconfigured and like they just start bending in ways that they're not supposed to, right? And she's
If I could.
no spoilers.
No,
Anyways,
fuck yeah, I guess.
Elisa in the camera footage after you see her pressing all the buttons, checking outside like she's scared of something. She's for some reason starts moving her hand like this, and
She started tweaking
in a creepy motion
She
like
started
this.
tweaking, bro.
Mind you,
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
they didn't find any traces of drugs, any traces of alcohol,
Mhm.
nothing like that. She just started moving her hands weird, as if like maybe the thing that she was running from, maybe it possessed her. or
So was she
something.
staying at that hotel?
She was staying at that hotel.
So do you
by
think,
herself.
Do you think that maybe that hotel is haunted?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. It's the Cecil Hotel, and I don't think it's either they demolished it or they rebranded it and
Oh,
opened
wow.
it as a new hotel
What-
because that hotel I believe is known for like I don't know if it was the 50s, but it was a while ago where people would stay there. It was a nice hotel at first, and then eventually crackheads started staying there. There was a lot of mysterious murders that happened there. So
Where is this at?
in LA.
In LA?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's another point I was
fucking
going to bring
cool.
up. You talk about people drinking the tap water. If you drink LA tap water, you're grimy.
Oh, I bet, bro.
It's
bet.
cloudy, bruh.
Ugh, what the hell? I mean, even in the Bay Area, the water is kind of sus. Even you don't want to drink that shit from like the tap and then filter that shit?
I mean, if you filter it, it's okay, I guess. But I mean,
But
I'm
what
team
do you
bottled
mean?
water.
I mean, LA water, like don't.
Bro, I
drink
was
it?
surprised, bro, when I moved out there, and then you drinking you know how like if you want to soak like a plastic tub or something, you want to soak it
Yeah.
with hot water.
Uh-huh.
You put the water in it, and you can literally see it's like cloudy, and then eventually maybe 2-3 minutes later, it'll go clear.
Dude, oh, that's fucking nasty, bro. Hey,
nasty.
run that shit under a fucking microscope, bro. Nah, but
It's
there
like
is
tapeworms and all that.
I have another story. It was at a hotel. I don't remember what it was, but there was a call from a person staying at the hotel. What do you even call that? Like not a customer.
What do you mean a call?
Like a call from like a person staying at the hotel. Like
I know. I was trying to think of the word too, like a resident or
resident. Oh, we could use that, resident. So there was a resident
I
at
don't
the
know if that's
hotel.
yeah.
Whatever. There fucking Sweet Life of Zack and Cody type shit. But anyways, so there was a resident that made a phone call to management saying, there's a loud noise coming from the specific room, which was known to have some weird cases of random
Wait,
like
so
noises.
it was from a person that was staying in the hotel.
In the
They
hotel,
called management to
yeah.
tell them about the room next door or
yeah,
something.
because they kept hearing shit.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
Okay.
and they were near that room.
Okay.
So in that specific room, it was known to have some weird sounds coming from there, odors.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think anyone would stay there that I know of. But anyways, so there's this guy, we'll call him Carl, security guard. Carl went down to the room, and he was responding to multiple calls, the security of the hotel. I don't think it was law enforcement, not yet. So
It was just security that went to go check.
it was just security.
The hotel security, right?
The hotel security.
Yeah.
It was just one. He was one manning that entire mission, bro. So he was on dispatch saying like,
Shout out Carl.
man, hey Carl, the MVP. So Carl was like saying like, okay, I'm entering the room, to his dispatch, to HQ, whatever the fuck they do at security. But that's the thing about security, bro. They gotta handle like that late night shit. That dude, that's scary.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Carl was going into the room. He was like, okay, and he went silent, and then the dispatch was like,
So he wasn't the only security guard on the premise. Like he had another person or a partner inside like the camera room or whatever.
yeah, the camera room. So
Okay,
he was
okay.
like,
So he was in
had
communication.
backup. Yeah, he
He was in
backup.
communication with the guy.
He was in communication with whoever was
damn.
at the HQ or the surveillance room, whatever. So what happened was he went quiet, and then dispatch was like, hey Carl, what do you see? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Carl was like he was like, I'm in the room right now, and you're not gonna believe me, and it's pretty weird. And then dispatch was like, what's going on, Carl? And then Carl was like, well, I don't see anyone in here. It seems pretty clear. I don't see anyone except all the furniture in the room has been turned upside
I
down,
feel like I've heard this.
and it's kind of creeping me out. And then I don't know what happened next specifically. I think he went to the bathroom, or he went further into the room, and I think one of the chairs was moving like towards him. He was like, "Oh hell no!" and he ran out, and like this loud noise, right?
Yeah.
And then Carl on the security camera, like you could see, in the hallways of hotels,
There's a camera.
There's surveillance cameras
Yup.
of him, going into the room.
Yep.
And then, but you can't see inside of it, obviously,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's in
Privacy,
the
all that
corner.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what happened was Carl was like, "Oh fuck no!" and he ran out. And what like people saw on the surveillance cameras was creepy as fuck.
Like a white.
It was a white figure that came out, of the hotel,
Like a
of the
foggy
room.
figure, right?
Foggy figure,
Yeah.
clear as day, bro. Walked out and just went into the hallway and fucking disappeared. And Carl, bro, ripped to Carl.
I think
And he
I've
didn't
seen
die.
that
I don't think
before.
he died, but that's creepy
Yeah.
as shit. So imagine being Carl and you have to be a first responder because you're a security
Yeah.
guard, right? And responding to those calls, bro, late at night, knowing like, oh man, it's this room again. Fuck, like, man, send Carl to do that, man. I already experienced that shit. Send a rookie. So they sent Carl.
Send a new guy.
Yeah, send a new guy. And so they sent Carl, and man, he was fucking scared. He ran out, grown ass man.
But he was okay though, right? Nothing happened to him
Not
besides
that I know
whatever
of, but
PTSD he got from that.
probably. But at the end, that was the end of the video, and
I've seen that before. What do you
I
think?
haven't
I mean,
heard that it was
we've kind of
fake.
touched on that before, but like, what do you think about like those kind of videos where, because they can obviously be edited, especially with today's technology, right?
mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. There's some part of me that I believe it, because I mean, when you look at that kind of stuff, like humans don't know everything about this world. You know, we don't know everything that happens. Like maybe the cameras really do catch something that we can't see to the naked eye or something like that.
Is a vent like right there, and is it right there? Does it blow like this way?
It's right there. It's blowing on me too.
I was about to say because
right
like
there.
these leaves are moving, bro, and they're like by themselves. I'm like, what the fuck?
Chill with that,
bro.
Chill
Oh
with
my
that, chill with
god,
that,
bro.
with that.
Hey,
Spitting.
it's October. No, but okay. But I'll tell you this: if I were to experience that shit and say maybe, I don't know, this is just me, right? I'm gonna get to that though. When me and a group, we're talking, and the atmosphere is kind of quiet, but we're all vibing, but we're talking. Sometimes I be getting like creeped out by like, bro, like what if there's something behind you or something like that? Do you ever think about that stuff? Like, bro, what if there was like something like a demon over there in that corner over there? And
Well, it depends on where you're
and
at.
it's like and it's behind a person. You're like, bro, stop playing, bro. Now they want to like move hella.
If you're in like a spot that's super dark, or I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think
We used to do that when we were kids all the time. Yeah.
No,
Bro, what's that behind you, brother?
Yeah,
Moo.
and I'd be like, oh, fuck. No, but it just really depends on the area. For like, it's all about manifestation. Like I said, if you make something scary, it's gonna be scary to you and the people around you. Like you can make something scary if you've really tried. I'm not saying that it's a good thing, but if I were to experience that, it would have to be, I don't know. It would just depend. Cause like that story, on Carl, bro, like the security guard,
Mm-hmm.
he was probably already creeped out, and what made it even creepier is that something happened.
Well, because he was new, maybe he didn't even know about the room being like that.
Well, I don't know if he was new, but I'm
Oh.
just saying, he's a grown ass man,
Yeah.
and I mean, even if you're a grown ass man, who wouldn't be scared of seeing a room that is known to have some paranormal activities in it? You walk in and all the furniture is turned upside down.
Yeah. Haven't you seen like Nuke's top 5 videos?
Bro, Nuke's top 5.
No, that's Dylan is chilling.
Same shit.
Like there's all those different videos of, especially in like Asia or I don't know, like old places where it's like abandoned buildings, or even when we're talking about security guards. Have you seen those security guards that work at
Take out my glasses.
funeral homes or cemeteries?
Oh, bro. Okay, so I mean, I had a friend that was a security guard, but he wasn't working at a funeral home, I think, but he was just working like a
or a
knock shift,
cemetery?
and
Where?
I think he was at a mall or something. I don't know.
That's creepy too.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to my old friend Sarge. He would tell me like, yeah, this is my shift. He would work at a security guard, but yeah, working at a mortuary assistant, but a mortuary or a funeral home. Fuck no. I've seen those videos where there's a guy walking around. He would record it and be like, y'all, like grown ass man.
Yeah.
Y'all don't believe me? This is what's happening.
He's like, y'all see that light over there is flickering. Oh, bro, I keep getting goosebumps, bro.
Bro, I know. I'm getting goosebumps.
he's
bro.
like,
Give me
y'all
the
see that over there? He's recording it with his phone, and he's by himself.
Dude, he's
bro.
by himself, and he has like fuck, I got goosebumps. He has his flashlight.
I keep getting him, bro.
He has his flashlight, and he's like, y'all don't really believe me. And when you hear a grown ass man, like I looked like he was a pretty big dude by the sound of it. You hear that all the chains, like all the
I'm pretty
keys.
sure for security guards, they want to hire someone that's kind of bulky.
Yeah,
or
kind of
something,
bulky. Yeah,
right?
and my friend Sarge, he was pretty bulky. He was big bodied, but I mean, yeah, for a grown man, pretty heavy set dude to be scared, bro. And his voice was shaking. I mean, that was one of many videos that I've seen of security guards filming like their experiences at working these knock shifts.
Yeah.
Dude, they better.
And
be
that's
getting
crazy
paid,
too.
bro.
You bring up, like a big guy. Yeah, there's like a people think that bigger guys aren't really supposed to be like scared, or they're supposed to be super tough, whatever. But if you see a big guy like that, I mean, people can be good actors, but if they're shaking, if their breath is shaky, they can't really talk straight, they seem kind of, discombobulated, then how do you know that he's lying, bro? Like,
right.
It's crazy.
And there's only, of course, there's only so much you could believe.
And it's not like you can't necessarily like write it off as this is 100% like fiction, like it's like he's lying, because bro, like if you really think about it, where would you think is going to be a lot of paranormal activity? Somewhere where there's a lot of dead bodies, maybe. right?
No, yeah, of course.
That's why they always talk about Indian burial grounds, or you see movies where they build stuff on Indian burial grounds, and there's a lot of spirits there. Why? Because there's a lot of dead bodies.
But
there.
the thing is, why would there need to be security late at night? I mean, I get it. People might be sporadic or like fucking tweaking. Be like, I want to see my loved one.
You talking about specific? No, well, grave diggers, grave robbers.
Like digging up graves to like
whenever
take the jewelry.
Yeah, whenever I talk about dying, or whatever, whenever I pass, I like to think that there's some piece of jewelry or something that I wear every single day that I want to wear to my grave, and maybe it's not a good idea because of grave robbers and grave diggers, but yeah, people do that. That's the thing where people will dig the grave and literally take the jewelry, take whatever off of the dead body or the corpse.
People are down bad for that, bro. It's so
worse
disrespectful.
Yeah,
people got to be down bad in life to actually be fucking doing that. No, but to work those shifts, bro, to have to experience that, they better be getting paid a bag, bro.
I don't know how much. I always wonder the same thing, how much they be getting paid, because that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Bro.
I mean, I think
and to be the only one there at nighttime, bro, like you never know. There could be a bunch of just hooligans or guys that are really trying to rob, and then that person can get hurt.
But sometimes, there's videos. Oh, there's this video right at a grave where these dudes, I don't think they're necessarily doing anything bad, but they're at a grave site, and out of nowhere, these people in robes with masks on started chanting some weird spiritual shit. I think this was in Mexico, and then one of them had looked like a goat man, and they're coming at them with fires, with bonfires and shit, and with weapons, and then they're like, yo guys, we gotta go. And it was one guy videotaping maybe 3 of his other friends, and he was like, yo guys, we gotta fucking go. And there was in the background you could see the guys in robes following them. See, that's that type of fucking scary spiritual
That's hella
shit.
scary. I got another Mr. Ballin story for you though, bro, because you talk about guys in robes and stuff. So there's this one where how there's some people that they really love outdoors. Me and you, we love hiking, right? But there's some people that buy the right shoes for that. They buy the right backpack for that. All, the professionals or people that professionally hike, or they like to hike on a weekly basis or something, right? Yeah. There was this one guy where I think it was Yosemite, bro, to be honest with you.
And we've been there. We've been there, bro.
I don't know exactly where, but it's like a trail where he would have to walk and hike for days on end, and he wouldn't see civilization for 3-4 days.
In Yosemite?
I think it was Yosemite, because there's a bunch of trails over there, right? Yeah. But anyways, it was a trail where sometimes he would have to walk 3 or 4 days by himself, and in those 3 or 4 days, there'd be times where no civilization, no lights, no city lights, no nothing, and a lot of times there was a lot of forest there. So he didn't think anything of it. The first night he had to camp. He had to set up his tent, whatever, in the middle of the forest, just because he's still in the middle of the trail, right? He has to walk back or he keeps going.
You gotta really love hiking in order to sacrifice.
So of course he's gonna keep going, right? But the first night he set up a tent, did all his camping stuff, whatever, and he went to go to sleep, and he heard rustling, walking around. When you think about it, of course, if you're not suspicious of any kind of paranormal activity or anyone being there, you might think, I'm in the wild. There could be deers walking around, even could be a bear or whatever, right? And do you know what people do? You know how when you're in the wild, you have to be on the lookout or be aware of animals that are going to take your food.
Yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel.
Well, it's a common practice where people will tie up their food, put it in a cooler or whatever, the backpack, and they'll tie it up in a tree because it's harder for animals to get it. And he woke up he was sleeping, and he woke up in the middle of the night hearing rustling and stuff around his campground, just his tent by himself. And then he didn't think anything of it. He's probably like, oh, maybe it's a bear or something. I'll check my food in the morning.
Fat ass raccoon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to worry about that kind of stuff. So it's just normal hiking stuff, outdoor stuff, right? The next morning he checked, his food was gone. There was no trail of it anywhere. So he in his mind he's just thinking, oh damn, I heard rustling last night. For sure it was a bear, right? Or something like that. And he didn't think anything of it. So the next day he just continued his trail. And then on this trail, while he's walking that next day, he maybe half a mile or a little bit less away, he saw 2 people that were dressed in all white, and they were also walking very slowly. And he eventually caught up to them. They're walking towards him, and he was walking the other way, right? And he walked past them, and he was like, when you walk past strangers or whatever, especially if you haven't seen anyone in a while, just be like, oh hi, how you doing, right? Yeah. And he said that to them, and they didn't say anything. They just looked at him wild. So he was like, "Oh, what the hell? I'm just gonna keep walking."
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck you, then." I feel like that shit. Be like, "Fuck you, then,
bro."
Fuck you, then, bro.
No, but he just kept walking. He was like, "What the hell?" He was like, "Okay," and then after maybe like another half a mile, he turned around to see, because again, he hadn't seen any humans for a while. So he turned around and he just saw those people looking at him. And then eventually he saw them walking towards him.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck
And they were
no.
dressed in white. I don't know if it was like white gowns or something like that. But anyways, he started running. He started booking it, right? I mean, if they turn around and start falling, I got goosebumps.
Yeah,
again, bro.
I'd be like, all right.
I'd be like, oh, hell no, bro. What the fuck? Start dipping, bro.
And then those motherfuckers are like,
somehow just start get out
on some get out shit. Like, fuck no.
Anyways, the next day, he was already on edge. He was thinking like, damn, like those, and he got away, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't see them anymore. And so what he did, and it was getting dark. So, he only has two options. Either he stays there, finds another campground for him to camp and set up his tent again, or because he's so spooked out, he wants to run back or keep going. But it's dark. It's kind of impossible. Think about it, pitch black. Even just right now with all the lights on and the city lights, it's still pretty dark.
Mm-hmm.
But when there's no civilization around, it's pitch black. You literally can't see anything, even if he has a flashlight, right? So he was just like, you know what? Maybe I'm not gonna see those people again. Who knows? Maybe they were the ones who took my food, but maybe they were just hungry, right? Starving.
Hungry ass motherfuckers. What the fuck?
And then so
like,
he found another campground.
Ask.
He found another campground in the middle of the forest. He went away from the trail because the trail's going like this, and then there's forest this side, forest on this side. So he just picked the right side to go set up his campground, a little open area, right? So that night he set up his tent, everything the same again, and this time he heard rustling. And then he heard it closer and closer, like it was walking towards his campground. And he heard a lot of them. Maybe he said like it sounded maybe like 9 or 10 people.
Oh my god, bro!
Right?
Whole ass.
And so
cult.
And so he heard the footsteps, and this time he heard whispering. And so he's sitting in his sleeping bag, like, bro, like, are they gonna try to like touch my tent? Are they gonna like, do I have to be on edge, or am I gonna have to start fighting or something?
Bro, imagine it's just like.
Bro, exactly. And he's by himself.
Oh my god.
And then that happened, and then it went away, and he fell asleep or whatever.
Bro,
and then
what the fuck? How could he? Oh shit.
I don't know if it probably took a while, a couple hours for him to fall asleep after like it stopped happening. And then that happened to him a couple times. And long story short, I'm pretty sure he was okay afterwards. He probably like booked it afterwards and just got the hell out of there. But long story short, when you talk about people in gowns or like a cult type thing, like that's I feel like that's realistic. Would you agree that there could be like people like just, maybe they're on edge or they got tired of their life or whatever, and they wanted to join a cult, and we're better to do it in like the middle of nowhere where no one's gonna stop you from doing these crazy activities, sacrificing or I don't know, doing some crazy stuff. Right?
Well, I feel like it's like one of those cults where it's just they practice where no one could see them, no one's around, and then they're like, oh man, like who is this guy? Maybe we gotta get rid of him. But
yeah, maybe what if they're cannibals or something?
But yeah, or maybe they're just like trying to do on some like
or sacrificing or something, bro. You never know.
Sacrificial shit, or they're just like, oh man, he can't know what we're doing, or maybe
exactly
just like
on
some what's that Lil Uzi Vert bases his album cover.
Oh my, bro!
So those people that are trying to ascend, trying to ascend, bro.
You know that one?
They're yeah. I know. Yeah,
Mr. Ballin had a story on that one too.
I know. But there was another story. Well, let's talk about it after this one.
All right.
This was a Mr. Ballin story, bro. Shout out Mr. Ballin, bro. I don't know how Mr. Ballin does it, bro. He says it without saying like. He doesn't talk. He's not like.
I'm sure that he has some kind of script and he memorizes it, but.
But he's just like
sometimes it's 30
at the camera and he does.
Sometimes it's 30 minutes long, so and he without like cutting throughout it. So I mean,
oh yeah, he probably makes him say he's like, all right, so fuck,
I know.
cut that shit. No,
but he deserves all the recognition he's getting.
No,
anyway, shout out to
Mr. Ballin for sure.
Yeah.
I'm about to watch him hella during this season.
Oh, bro, for real.
I'm
put y'all on, yeah.
I mean, I watch him already, but it's kind of I gotta be in a certain mood to watch him. But
too.
anyway, so there's this one story, right? Hiking stories are they never really have a good ending. That one is like one of the first times I've heard of a good ending, right?
I don't remember if there's a good ending to it or not, but yeah.
Well, he lived to tell the story, right?
I think, yeah. You're right. How
yeah,
else would
so
you tell
I mean,
it?
yeah. So there was this one. I'm pretty sure you could help me out on this one because I don't know the specific details.
Okay.
However, there was this one girl, I think, with her friend. They were going on a hike. They weren't ready for the hike at all. They didn't have no equipment. They didn't have no special shoes, no clothing. They just went and. I think they just went.
Sounds like something me and you would do. Just wear Vans or something, whatever.
Bro, just went default. Like, hey, bro, as long as we look cool, bro, I think that's what matters, bro. No, but anyways, it'd be like that. So, long story short, they got separated.
The
right?
girls.
They got separated.
How old were they? I don't know if I remember this
I
one.
would say they're pretty young, maybe like 20 to 30s.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so what happened was, one of the girls got lost, and one of the girls actually made it back to civilization. However, as time went by, people, they were trying to search for her for like so long.
Mm-hmm.
People were aware of it. People were aware of a missing person at this hike, at this hiking trail. And I think it was Yosemite. It might have been Yosemite, but anyways.
No, that might just be the only one that we really know.
There was this one time where this person was driving, near a hiking trail.
Like a ranger or something?
No, it was just a person that was driving, onto that trail. And they were about, I would say, 6 miles away from the trail that she was, last seen on. And so they were driving, right? And then the little kid, I remember this. It was a couple, and the couple were just driving. And then the little kid was like, "Mom, like, who is that?" And then they looked towards the direction that the kid was, pointing towards. And there was a lady that was like, I think she was fucked up. But like,
what do you mean? Like,
she had like
injured?
She looked like she wasn't prepared for this hike at all, right? And then they're like, "Oh my god!" Like, I think she was fucked up. So then,
like injured or something, or
injured, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so time went on. I think there was another group of people that saw her, right? But
wait, the family didn't help?
I think
didn't
she
report
did,
it?
but I think they tried to, but I think she ran away. Like
Who?
like the girl that they saw.
Oh, so she was alive. I thought you were talking about like a dead body.
Hey, I'm not spoiling it yet.
Okay,
right?
okay,
But
okay.
they saw someone there that was kind of fucked up. That
Okay.
was not suited at all to be hiking on that trail.
Yeah.
So in that area, and for the kid to see it first, and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? And then all of a sudden, when you look that direction, you're like, what the fuck? So I think they tried to help her, but she ran away, I think. So, but anyways, there was another group of people, right? They were hiking, and they saw this other lady, right? She had like, I think, bluish hair. She had like black clothing on, whatever. And it looked like she was not supposed to be there. She wasn't.
Are you talking
ready
about the
for that
same
trail.
girl?
I
Wait, so
would say that
it's
they're
a
connected.
different it's different people that saw the girl, right?
Yeah, there's
okay.
a couple different people that saw the girl.
Okay.
But this time she was wearing something different.
I've never heard this one.
Right? So come to find out, that couple went to the authorities, and they're like, you just like mentioned the description of this one girl that's been missing for so long. That went missing for so long, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, what the fuck? Like, she looked like she was okay-ish, right? But
like when they were describing her?
Yeah, I think she ran away again, right? So after that, they're like, yeah, you just mentioned that a person that, or
described
this person fit the description of
someone that was missing.
Someone that went missing.
Okay.
And so ever since then, I don't think they found her, but her they found some of her belongings. And to this day,
she was never found?
To this day, I think she was never found.
Oh my.
So those people that tried to help her, they tried, but what's weird is she sometimes looked okay. Those times that people saw her, she looked okay, right? And but she changed clothes and everything like that. So
what?
That's the weird part of it. She went missing. She got separated from her friend, and she started. I'm pretty sure I'm missing out on a lot. But the main thing is like, bro, she's okay, but she's considered missing, and she hasn't come up to civilization herself, and I think she's still missing to this day. I'm pretty sure. So that's.
What do you think is like maybe some paranormal haunted ghost that possessed her, or just like a cult? Maybe took. It sounds like it kind of sounds like they took her in or something.
I would say that there's some mirages, right, in nature that people would think is maybe just water or nature, whatever. The
like a
trees.
hallucination or something.
But when they go towards that area, they start to see some shit because maybe they reach some part where it was a ritual area back then, or it's haunted place, and then they start getting like get cursed, and then they start to hallucinate, and then they end up losing track of civilization, of who they are, why they're there, how they got there. So that's why it creeped me out, because these hiking trails, they're all promoted to be so nice and happy. You know, families could go hiking, see
Yeah.
nature. But the dark side of these trails is that once you get separated, there's almost no getting back, and people are bound to get separated, like most of the time, and it's just unfortunate, you know, because you want to go hiking,
Yeah.
you think it's all cool, but you never know when like maybe you tripped on a rock, but they never really find the cause of death for these kinds of, or like they never find how they were missing, or like it's unsolved most of the time.
I know we're segueing into like still talking about hikes and disappearing people, but I have another good one about hiking. So there was this couple that went hiking. I don't know. For some reason, I keep thinking Yosemite, but let's just say it's some other place in America where they went hiking.
Yosemite is cool. Don't get me wrong, though.
No, Yosemite's lit. Yeah. We've been
There's
there.
a dark side of it, but there's a dark side
And
of
our
everything.
dumbasses have actually, when we went with mom last time, me and him we separated and damn near went on kind of like a cliff area, and we just went there to take pictures.
Bro, that was literally like it could have been
a Mr. Ballin story, bro. We could have been the
bro.
next one on Mr. Ballin.
I mean, we were dumb, but those
Yeah.
pictures were worth it. But I still I don't think I got those pictures from mom, bro.
You got them from me, bro. You took hella pictures on my phone.
No, but I don't think you sent them to me. You only sent.
I did, bro.
Bro, I don't fucking. have it.
Anyways.
My phone broke, bro. So it's like.
Anyway, so there was this couple that went hiking, right? And all their friends or family members, they know them as, you know, loving people. They love each other. They have a good relationship as far as they know.
Mhm.
And anyways, they went hiking, and the guy wanted to go this way, and the wife wanted to go to another route because they both wanted to see something different. Maybe
Don't tell me they separated.
Maybe she wanted to go see a waterfall, and he wanted to go see, I don't know, some flowers, or vice versa, whatever. And so they said, okay, let's just go 15 minutes. You go that way, and I'll go this way.
Oh my
and we'll come
god!
back. But I think it was
bro.
a pretty busy like area where there was a lot of hikers. But
Does not even matter.
whatever
bro.
happened, the guy came back to the meeting place where they said they were supposed to meet up, and she wasn't there. He waited like half an hour to an hour to a couple hours, and he finally, you know, he's worried. He called the authorities. And then, you know, of course, the first thing that authorities are going to think, the police are going to think is, you know, if there was any kind of foul play, like, did you have anything to do with it? The husband, right? Because
Mhm.
he's going to be the first suspect,
Right.
because he was the last one to see her.
That is reasonable.
And of course, he said no. You know, he denied it, whatever. I forgot why. Maybe he took a polygraph test, but they believed him, and they said that he didn't do anything with
The
it.
thing is, they can't use that for evidence.
Yeah, of course, because
Yeah.
it's not going to be.
It's not accurate.
Yeah, it's not
all the
always
time.
accurate.
It's not always accurate.
Anyways, time went by, and they didn't think he was a suspect anymore. I forgot why, but that's besides the point. Eventually, I think maybe a few months, a few weeks, or some time passed, and they found there was fishermen, and like 6 or 8 miles away from where they were, where they last were, where the couple last were. And there's these two fishermen, and it was like I don't know, like a bottom of a cliff or something, or where there's water, because they were going fishing, right?
Mhm.
And to get there, you know, you have to go through rocks. The water passes, it gets rough, and there's like a waterfall, and then it goes past, you know, like a lot of rocks. So whatever goes through there, of course, is gonna get caught up there or whatever.
Mhm.
And these two fishermen were in this spot, and out of nowhere they see a body.
Oh
they're like,
my
what the hell?
God,
And they
bro.
tell the cops or whatever, and then you know, of course, like they have local rangers that work in those like national parks and stuff, right? Because they need someone that's gonna know the ins and outs of these different trails.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and then these people, the people that work at the park, were like, you know, it's literally impossible for her to have, even if she fell in, it's impossible for her body to have been able to get to that area 6 to 8 miles away from where they originally were.
Holy shit.
So I don't know if you really could think about it, you know, and I think she was naked. So if you really think about it, it could be a killer or another human being. It could have been a bear that picked her up or took
maybe
her
a
somewhere.
bear.
But it not only is it like just that water can take her over there, but there's also like mountain areas where it's like super steep, and you can't get there by just walking. You need special equipment to be able to get to that area.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, somehow, some way, her body turned up over there, bruh.
Bruh, so hearing those stories of the fucking of hikes, bro, you would think, how would it end well when you hear all these stories, bro? Because I mean, I never thought of those stories when we went on those trails. When
I did,
really, I don't think
because I was
knew
already
them.
big into Mr. Ballin. He told a lot of
that's
stories
the thing.
like that.
See, like, I'm not calling myself, you know, what was it, naive, like saying like, oh, nothing will happen. You know, I'm safe. I'm watched by my family. But who knows? These people could have been surveillanced and watched, but they still managed to somehow like die or go missing. And that's the thing, though.
It's
when you
crazy.
hear stuff where like there's no way that either they would have lived if they got down there, and there's no way that their body could be there by natural causes.
Yeah.
So what the fuck leads up to that? That's what I'm thinking, bro. Maybe there's something in in nature. There's mirages.
Yes, bro. That's what makes me think that there's a bunch of possibilities. It could be paranormal. It could be a werewolf or something. Like even if these ideas are so far-fetched, Bigfoot, whatever, like, bro, where's the evidence for stories like that it's not true? It can be anything.
It makes you think of bigger stuff. Like, who wants to who wants to think that, oh, it's just a bear, bro? You want to
But also for things like that, if it's like a bear, like the way bears attack their prey or attack humans or whatever, like that have been documented, it doesn't. Some of these stories that the way that these people look and the way that their bodies are, like sometimes there's no bite marks. A bear will go up to you, and then bears like to play with their food, right? So they like to keep you alive, and they eat you while you're alive.
No, yeah, they
right?
fuck you up.
So if there's no proof like that, and maybe there's no bite marks where you can scientifically prove that it was connected to like a wolf or something, like, bro, what could it have been?
I mean,
let us know in the comments what y'all think.
Yeah, bro, on God. So I don't know. I would want to think it's like bigger things rather than having to back it up with just nature, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we don't.
I mean, there's a lot of times
obviously.
where, like you said earlier, you can slip and trip and then end up in a weird way where maybe only God would know or the higher power would know what happened to you. But I mean, even then, like it's rare, right?
No, yeah,
those
exactly.
occurrences are I don't know,
because
it's crazy.
Like I said, once you think about it, like how their body ended up there, when people say there's no way it could have been there naturally. How then
how?
What else? Then what
yeah,
else?
What
bro?
else?
Then
how?
What else, bro? But what were we gonna talk about after my hiking story?
Okay, so I'm sure a lot of y'all heard of this, but Lil Uzi Vert, his Eternal Atake.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
how you
yeah.
say it, right? Atake? A take?
Eternal take, bro. Eternal take.
I think I heard someone say it like that. Oh no, Lil Uzi's in there.
Yo, clown him in the comments, bro. Nah,
Chill.
it's fine. Yeah, Eternal take. Everyone, the long-awaited album. Lil Uzi Vert actually had kind of, I don't want to say backlash, but people were like, "What the fuck? That's weird as fuck." People were thinking that he was in a cult because.
Well, you know how all the rappers are nowadays. They're on some demon, evil type stuff.
I would say mainly Lil Uzi Vert is probably one of the biggest faces of demon
Playboy
rap.
Cardi, Trippie Redd,
yeah.
X, rest in peace, of course.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, bro.
I mean, X was changing his ways. Don't get me wrong. He had his fucking.
He was on some demon
time type shit, but yeah, go on. So what about
yeah?
Atake?
So that visual, it's based off of this cult. I forgot when it was. It was a while ago, but there was this cult.
I think it was in the 1900s. It wasn't that far back.
Yeah, like I don't know, maybe 50s or 70s or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Decades ago, anyways. But I don't remember the details of how it was started or all the details of the exact of their rituals or whatever. But I know that it was started by like a guy and his wife, and they were already pretty out of it, mentally.
Fucking crazy.
But they had this idea for some reason. I don't know if it was an ancient idea or something, but they started this cult and they recruited people and made them believe this story of their. I don't remember the exact details. Don't hold me to it, but they believed that eventually there was going to be like a savior of aliens on a spaceship or a meteor passing by Earth, and it would be a specific meteor or a spaceship passing by Earth at a certain time, and you're supposed to kill yourselves, and your soul will ascend to that meteor or whatever, and you'll go to heaven.
The next level of life.
Yeah, something like that.
Of life. Yeah, that's
what it's based off of, and it's creepy because the guy, he recruited a lot of people. They did it.
He brainwashed a lot of people, and before they died, I think he drugged them. Or maybe he consistently drugged them.
What he did was he had everyone set up like their beds or whatever, have it all neatly placed, and they all laid down in the same way. And what they did was they all had a wand. I don't know what it was, some kind of poison or chemical or something that kills you. And so he had them all do it by different order, like 2 at a time. So that way, the first 2 that do it, they drink their thing, and it's supposed to kick in like 30 minutes later, and they fall asleep, and then they die. And then the next 2 people, and then those 2 people that did it, they would get tucked away, and their face was covered, and they would leave their bodies there. And the next 2 people, they would get in their own beds, drink the poison, lay down, and then wait 30 minutes and die. And then there's another couple set of people that help them do it or help them cover themselves. And so they did that.
The cult was known as Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate
Cult.
Yeah.
Known in 1997.
Oh shit.
For a mass suicide of its members, coinciding with the Hale-Bopp comet.
Yeah. Oh, because there was a comet that was passing Earth at that time, and you guys know, they're scientists. Sometimes they can see like a comet that's far away that they know. Oh, on this day of this month, it's gonna pass Earth, right?
Oh,
and they thought
it's gonna be the end of the world.
No, I think they didn't think it was gonna be the end of the world, but they thought that this comet was what they were waiting for. It was their calling of, we need to kill ourselves so that way we can release our souls and it can pick us up and ascend into heaven or whatever.
Oh my
and
God.
It was just perfect timing, I guess, that this comet was, everyone knew it was gonna come by, right? Because scientists had said it, so they were taking it as, this is our time. We need to do this. So, if you believe that you want to get into heaven or you want to ascend into the next life, then follow me. I'll show you the way. We have to kill ourselves and do this.
But what I've heard from a lot of speculations from that was he was also a scammer. He would also they would donate money to him. So and
something
he would,
like
and
that.
He would take that.
I
money.
don't remember exactly.
He became super rich, and he had a nice house.
Oh, he was rich.
He was rich, I think, and he had a nice house. Because he would hide those people.
I'm
there.
sure to a certain extent he was a scammer. Collecting the money because that way he can live a good life. But
because a lot of people would.
But he believed in it too, bro. He did it himself. He took the poison and he drank it and he waited till he died.
Because I'm pretty sure he was that committed to that idea.
Yeah,
but also he was a scammer. I'm pretty sure he was also fucking obviously a scammer.
Most cults, they have pretty sketchy people at the top of them leading that shit.
I mean, definitely. But I think I remember he was a fucking scammer, bro. He got that bag from all those people.
Anyways,
bro.
he was after they had killed themselves. Like, I think that Mr. Ballin had said that it was on the news and they were, as the news anchor was just like this talking, into the camera. They were like loading the bodies or taking the bodies out of the house or whatever.
They were on site?
I think so.
Oh my gosh. And that's 1997. That's
not that long ago. It's not that long ago.
Like that. That's pretty recent.
I mean, we've grown as a society like a lot since then, technology, but
it doesn't mean people are fucked up in the head to come up with some twisted shit like that. They're just, I mean, overall they were pretty brainwashed. I think they were also, those people were really vulnerable.
Yeah,
to that
they
cult.
would recruit people that are like, not mentally stable or they were down on themselves or they were having a bad time in their life or hard times in their life, So,
which is why I'm pretty sure he was a fucking scammer.
Yeah, just hey, I come join us. We're gonna be one big family. We'll take care of each other, whatever.
That's dark. Twisted
it's
shit.
Twisted. It's fucked up to pry on someone's negative mindset. When you know that they're vulnerable, to help them join your cause because the more people you have, kind of like religion. The more people you have, the more likely it is that people are gonna believe it or whatever.
Did they make a movie about that?
I don't know,
dude. They fucking should. Cause that's
they
actually crazy.
They might have.
I'm pretty sure. No, they had to.
I mean, there's way. I think there's way sicker movies out there.
Oh man, yeah. But yeah, no, that was based off of like Lil Uzi Vert, bro. The hip hop artist. He based that his album cover, Eternal Take.
That visual is like, I don't know. Did they have T-shirts or something or like where did he get that from?
Well, it was people going up to a UFO, I think.
It looked like that. Yeah, it was like
so.
It was like a beam of light, and then
like white figures going,
leading up to, I don't know, some kind of spaceship or something.
Yeah,
which is what.
Hey, don't get me wrong. It looks pretty fire. Don't get me wrong.
It's Eternal Atake, bro.
Take, bro. No, but on that, what horror movie would you consider, to be one of the scariest that you wouldn't want to be in? Imagine if that. I mean, let's say they were all real. I'm like. Besides,
that was gonna be my next point. Was I mean, there's I think the scariest movies are the ones that are based off of real life events.
True stories, right? Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but we went to go see The Strangers, I think it's called.
Bro, I was only a little ass kid when you guys fucking took me there.
I was like 11.
Bro, I was a little ass. I was toddler,
like
bro.
6 or something?
So, bro, okay, so we went into the fucking movie theater when I was little ass kid, and then my older siblings took me there, and I know my brother was younger, but
I don't like scary movies, bro. I don't like scary shit.
I don't either, but we
I'll-
went to
first
the
of all,
theaters
I'll admit to y'all, bro. Like I'm pretty easily scared. Like not like surprises or someone. I can get scared if someone pops out of the door or something because you know, scares you, whatever. But like in like those mazes for Halloween at Universal Studios.
Yeah, you would push motherfuckers to the front. You're one of those, bro.
I'll stay behind my girl, and I'll literally, probably to this day, to be honest, I don't know why.
You stay behind her.
I'll stay behind her, and then I'll probably more than half of it, I'll close my eyes because I'm so scared, bro.
Bro, honestly, bro, that'd be a fucked up date to go to, bro, because then she's gonna be mad at you for that. She'd be like, in a real case like that, you'd fucking
No,
side
Nicole
behind
got
her.
bigger balls than me in some cases, bro. No cap.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta hand over the pants, bro.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, scariest movies are usually the ones that are, you know, based off a true story, right?
Honestly, yeah.
So like Strangers aren't. It's not that old of a movie, maybe like 10 years or something like that, or a little bit more. It was in early 2000s, I think. But it's about, you know, a newlywed couple that stayed in a cabin or like a vacation home or something like that. And there was these people. I don't know what their motives were. I don't remember exactly, but they went there in masks, like. I think it was a family of them. They were wearing like sacks, and then they would draw like smiley faces and put little eye holes, right? And they just went to the house and tried murdering them, and they were eventually successful. They killed the people, and the fact that that's based off of a true story. I mean, you live your life, you know, just normal. You don't think, just like you said earlier, not necessarily being naive, but you live your life just like every other day, where you go to work, go to school, you do your daily routine, whatever. And that's it. You go to sleep and then you wake up and do it again. So things like that's I think is one of the scariest aspects of those kind of movies.
Because you think, oh, it's just a movie.
It's just a movie.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's what you
that
think.
can happen to me.
But then but people get brutally murdered. You know.
See, that's the thing. What makes it creepy, that specific situation, is that when people put on those masks or they put on sunglasses, it's psychologically proven, right? When you put on a mask, you put on glasses, you hide your humanity. So that's what makes you feared.
Good point. Yeah.
Because you can't see emotion. You can't see, like, it's just an ominous figure.
Yeah.
You're fucking terrified of that shit.
That's true, because
So
it's not just
humanity.
a human. If it's like a human with a gun or something, you know, you see those movies where people kind of talk to them, be like
Yeah,
you
like,
could
stop,
see their
right.
facial expressions where you know they're scared or something. They don't.
Right.
Maybe
But
they
when
don't want to go
when
through
you
it. But
mask yourself
that's
and you
true,
hide your
bro.
humanity, right?
That's freaky. Yeah.
You mask off all that emotion, so people that makes people like
especially if
scared
you're quiet.
Yeah,
like,
because
the person doesn't say anything.
at that point it's just like that you feel like that person with the mask on hiding their humanity don't have anything to lose in that moment.
That's true,
feel
bro.
like-
Ooh,
because
that's
they
crazy.
cut out, you know, they're like whole different thing, different person, right? So those cases are scary, but that's why a lot of people, you know, for example, to hide their emotions, you know, at funerals or whatever.
What, they wear masks?
No, they wear glasses to hide, you know, to
yeah.
hide their emotions.
Hide their red eyes.
Not really hide
yeah.
it, but you know, just to, you know, kind of conceal.
Kinda
it
mask
because
it, I guess.
It's already a sad thing,
Yeah.
right? But that it was psychologically proven that if you cut off your
Ooh,
humanity,
that's
and you
crazy,
put on
yeah.
if you put on a mask, you know, you cut off your feelings, that makes a person who, you know, sees that, you know, more scared.
No, that's
So-
true. I agree. I think that it's scarier for someone that's coming at you and they have a mask on and you can't see their face.
Why-
You can't
yeah.
you can't see that they're human. Even though you would know, right, that they're human, you can't necessarily like have that human connection with them and kind of like look into their eyes or see their faces. They're scared or
Yeah.
even if they're angry, you know, that's still a human emotion.
And
You-
so-
if you cut all that off, then it's just a cold killer or something that's trying to attack you or something.
Why do you think people are so scared of Michael Myers, so scared of Jason? Because they have masks. They conceal, like, you know.
Because those motherfuckers have machetes.
Well, yeah, but also it's just like what really fucks up people is like you can't see their face, you can't see their
Yeah,
emotions when
yeah.
they're like you see their body language, yet they're fucking hacking and slashing and killing someone, but you can't tell if like, dude, is this guy fucking sick? Does he feel anything?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's, you know, there's meaning behind that. Maybe the killer doesn't want to fucking show their emotions, or maybe hiding your emotions also makes people scared because you're leaving them wondering. And when people don't know things, you know how, you know, they get scared, they get more scared.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
people
yeah.
don't know, they fear. We've talked about that in one of the other podcasts. But
Yes, sir.
I mean, I think one of another movie, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, you showed me that.
That
That's
type
creepy.
of shit. When they make a
Is
full.
that based off a true story?
Fuck if I know.
I think it is, bro.
That I fucking twisted. I didn't really like it back then. With Denny. What's it? Denny Trejo.
Danny Trejo was in that?
Yeah, in
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
Wait,
the older one?
so is Leatherface a separate movie, or is Leatherface the killer in
Leatherface
Texas?
is the killer.
Oh.
So do you know how
you
Leatherface
showed me
is?
which one? I forgot. Is it like is there remakes of it?
They made the newest one. I think it's the newest one, right? Unless they made a fucking new one, or like a.
I think the newest one is the
recent
one you showed me. Yeah.
So basically, yeah, it was a dude that wasn't actually a bad kid. He was forced into a psychotic family. Like his parents were fucking murderers, but he was just a normal kid.
yeah.
But his mom was like, you fucking made him twisted and everything like that, or made him think that he was crazy, but he originally wasn't. So he went to the insane asylum where all of his family was, because he eventually he was convinced to kill someone, but he was like, I didn't really want to do it, I just did it. And then over time,
Wait, when he was a kid, he was forced to kill somebody?
yeah, and then in the newest one, I don't think I watched the one with Danny Trejo.
They're different stories.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think it's a different story, but the concept is the same. So Leatherface. But anyway, so the kid went to the asylum, grew up there. Then all of a sudden, a nurse was there, who really cared for him. Right, that's when I guess it was a love aspect. He was like, oh man, she makes me feel.
Some like Harley Quinn type shit.
She wasn't crazy. She was treating him like a human being, like normally, like no one else had ever done. Right, because everyone was fucking crazy in his life until one day, everyone started to break out of the asylum. Hell of his family members were out, and then they were like, kidnap that nurse bitch, we could keep her for hostage and stuff like that. So then they kept her for hostage, but he didn't want to hurt her. He was like hella protective, but he was obviously fucking,
because she was
mental.
the only one that was nice to him.
He was mental, so he didn't want to kill her. Until the very end, one of his best friends fucking died, or his brother.
I was like, bro, got friends?
Yeah, bro. He was taken into a family. Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't his actual family?
It was his actual family, but I guess
he
by
kept
blood? Taking in more people, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember it.
Okay.
But anyways, there was a scene where he got into the car with the nurse in the back. He was like, "Come on, bitch, you're coming with me now because my fucking brother just died because of you," because she tried to escape.
Sorry.
So that's what. What the fuck are you laughing? You fucking sick.
Because the way you do it, bro, it's comedy.
Bro, so he was just like, you got my brother killed, because she tried to run away, and the cops shot him.
Oh,
right. And then so he was like,
wait, is this based off a true story?
I don't know. I don't know. But the new one was fucking pretty good. The one I'm telling you about right now. So he got into the cop car and he was like, fuck, fuck, you got my brother killed and shit. And then she was like, what the fuck? And then they were driving, and then the cops were shooting, and they shot his face. He was like, it's showed in slow motion. It was so dramatic, but it was fucking cool. They shot his face, fucked him up, like his jaw came apart.
Yeah, I think I remember vaguely. Yeah.
And then the girl managed to
help him.
I think.
Or she got away.
I don't remember, but anyways, his mom, who wasn't in the asylum, found him, and then they managed to escape, I think, but his mom was like stitching up his face. He was like, fuck, he was like going crazy and shit. And the girl was right there. Yeah, I think they actually managed. The mom actually saved them. The mom saved her son, which was the future Leatherface. And then
what do you mean saved them? Like
nurse,
from the cops, or
saved them from the cops, I think.
Oh, okay.
From what I remember, but it's been a while since I watched it. So after a while, his face was fucked up, so she had to sew him back. But his face is permanently fucked up.
And of course, he didn't go to the hospital or do it. It was just the mom that did it, right? No, the mom
stitched it up. Fucking
so
crazy shit. Of course, she would know how to do that shit. Of course, the psychotic moms, they would know how to. All of a sudden, nurses.
Oh yeah, all psychotic moms know how to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, she also took the nursing, and then the mom was blaming the fucking nurse for all that. All the death. You killed his brothers and everything like that. And got him, like, his face permanently fucked up, and he was like, fuck. And then I think she kidnapped a cop, or one of the cops that was trying to, get them
trying to chase
arrested.
them, right?
Yeah. And then she made him chainsaw him like fucking half of his body, like all the way down, right? While he was strapped down, he was like fuck, he was like, do it, crazy bitch. And then he did it. He was like, like, type shit.
I would do the same thing. You know, if there's no other way and I know that I'm gonna die, I would be like, just do it. Fuck you.
Yeah. Like go out, like at least like a badass, but chopped in half. But anyway, so the nurse was there, and then she was like kind of the same age as him, right? They were like kind of young.
That's why there was like some kind of love aspect there.
Some kind of love. So keep in mind,
That's
I would say he's older teens, maybe, or early 20s.
Okay.
So he was that young. So was a nurse. So after that, the nurse was like fucking got loose, and then the mom was like, go get her, you know, like get her, like kill her. So he was like something snapped in him, and then he was like fuck it, and then he grabbed a chainsaw, started running after her. And of course, in all horror movies, what happens to a girl being chased?
He fucking catches her.
How? She fucking
falls.
She fell, and she was like, and then she was like, no, don't. Like there's the scene. She was like, no, don't. You're different. You know, you're not crazy. Your mom is just.
She was trying to talk no jutsu to him.
Yeah, he was like, and then he was like, fuck no, and he went, and she was like, and she got chopped up by the chainsaw.
So he killed her.
And then at the end of the movie, you know, since his face is fucked up, you see like the cameras, you know, rolling in from behind him, you know, dolling behind him, and then you see him like bring up a face like this, you know, holding it up.
So it's his origin story.
He ripped the face
off the girl,
like the skin off her face, off her skull.
Yeah.
And he was like this, and then he went.
He put it on.
He was like,
oh, perfect fit.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. And he's like,
oh,
I'm just playing. No,
man,
but
you're sick.
That's what I mean. Loki was running through my mind. I was like, bro, how does it fucking smell, bro? It's fucking weird,
bro.
No, but yeah, that's
his origin story then, right?
But I feel like that's mimicking the idea of humanity. You know, you're basically putting in another face to conceal your actual feelings. Because if you think about it, these killers, I mean,
man, you getting deep on me.
These killers and these villains, they have obviously an origin story why they became that villain. They weren't always that bad.
Yeah, right.
I mean, maybe there's some people that was born bad, kind of like, you know, grew from the Despicable Me, but I'm talking about like killers type shit, bro. These killers. So he was once good, but he wants to mask himself. I was about to do his accent, but I can't. No, but he put on the mask, and so that kind of mimics the idea of humanity. So of like concealing that.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, if you think about it too, just like you said, not everything or everyone is born bad. I think for the most part, things and people are just born, and then their surroundings, their environment, how they were brought up, that really shapes, you know, how they end up being as in their adulthood.
And that's why I was kind of sad from that movie because of his origin story. Like, he was not bad. He was not crazy. He wasn't psychotic like his other family. Like, they were laughing at him chopping him up, right, in the beginning. And that's how he was assigned to an asylum, a mental asylum. So that's why when he started to think like, man, I'm not crazy, then he started to think he was crazy. Then he became crazy because of his mom. So, you know, there's always like psychology behind it, but it's a really good, you know, point to see, because
I never thought about
gore.
I never thought about Leatherface in that way until you kind of brought that up. You know, you're masking yourself,
fucked up.
How he really feels, but also in his physical appearance. You know, he was already messed up. You know, so he wanted to have a new face. I guess.
Yeah, he got fucked up. So in a way, he was concealing his troubled past. You know, like
I have a kind of sidetrack, like someone. Let's say specifically that Leatherface. You know, Leatherface, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that sometimes that could actually be scarier than if you're comparing it to, you know, one of the newer movies that came out, Predator, right? No, well, think about it. Predator is just something that you know what it wants to do. It wants to kill, right? But then the fact of someone as colorful, if you can say that, their mind, the way they think, for like Leatherface, you know, his origin story, he wasn't always bad, and he things happened to him that turned him into something that you can't really understand how his mind works. So he's you can say he's fucking crazy. I think in some aspects that's a little more scarier than like a predator. That's their means. All they want to do is just to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I mean, being killed is way better than being like tortured, right? Because you or being sliced alive in half. Predator does that, but I mean,
it's because the fact that it's so gruesome and it's so inhumane. Just to kill something like that, that's definitely. I mean, just taking a life in general, obviously, that's inhumane. You're fucked up for that.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's self-defense. However, you're still gonna feel some sort of
guilt.
Yeah. You know, it's gonna hit you because
it's human.
You took
natural,
a life,
right?
You took a life, so it's just
in terms of being normal, right?
Yeah, in terms of being noble. Yeah,
dude. Sorry, I got another story for you, bro. It's another Mr. Ballin story, but it's one of the craziest, most gruesome, most sick stories I've ever heard. And I be on that gruesome shit.
But do I know this one?
You know the name Junko Furuta?
No.
Maybe some of y'all heard about it, but it's this Japanese girl where she was innocent. I think it was in Japan.
Good luck to anyone watching this at night. Don't watch this at night.
No, watch it at night. Watch it at night.
I am fucking watch it at night, bro. Watch it
it's
at night.
October, right?
Yeah, fuck it, bro. Hoodie season, spooky October, bro.
It's cuddle season too, so watch it with your significant other, whatever.
I mean, shout out
by
to
yourself, or if you're cuddling, a little stuffed animal, whatever.
Yeah, a dog. Shit, fuck yeah.
Hey, babe.
Bro, what a fucking op, bro. What a fucking op.
No, but Junko Furuta, rest in peace, because it's
that bad?
It's sick, bro. So
what the fuck?
Oh my god, I'll tell you what happened to the people. What the guys, they're evil. I'll just flat out say it, they're evil people. I'll tell you what happened to them. But there's this girl, again, forgive me if I don't remember all the details, but there's this girl named Junko Furuta. I think she was in high school. She was pretty, she was a young Japanese girl, innocent, good grades, whatever, going to school for her family, of course, and I think it was a while ago, maybe a few decades ago. So, it's in those times where it was normal to walk home by yourself or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Girls walking home from school, whatever. So she was walking home from school, and there was this guy came up to her, and he was actually like a popular kid, popular kids are usually like bad bullies, or they're kind of assholes.
Mm-hmm.
But he was kind of one of those guys where he was like a cool guy, and she was walking, and he went up to her and it was like, hey, like, he pretty much got whatever he was used to getting, whatever girl he wanted. So when he came with the Junko, he expected the same thing, like, hey, like, let me take you out, like, or let's make out, or let's do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she denied him, and that got to his ego bad. So I don't know if it was the same day, but eventually he ended. I think it might have been the same day. He hit her, he beat her ass, and he kidnapped her, and then he took her to a house. And him and his asshole friends, for I want to say it was like over 100 days or something like that. Or I might be exaggerating. I know there was a long period of time. They kept her in this house, and they tied her up, chained her up there. They beat her up. They raped her, gang raped her multiple times, took turns on her, all that stuff. And, because he was so hurt that she denied him,
mm-hmm.
right? Like, such a little bitch that he was so hurt that he got denied by this girl, because he can get any girl that he wants, whatever. And so they gang raped her, they beat her, and eventually, they chained her up, locked her up, so she couldn't go anywhere. They fed her, I don't know, whatever. They just gave her scraps or whatever. Sometimes she wouldn't even eat.
Oh
so eventually, if she can't really go to the bathroom, and they're literally beating her ass after raping her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's getting bruised, she's getting badly injured. So, and she's not able to shower, not able to clean herself up. So they got kind of disgusted by her, but they would still, indulge themselves with
freaks,
her. Yeah.
bro.
And this happened for a while. And then they would also do things like cut her, hit her with a bat, and they would eventually would also like start burning her arms, like, while she's conscious, bruh. And it got to a point where she got so badly bruised, she would she would shit herself, she would pee on herself, because she can't move, because she's injured, and she's not able to get those wounds tended to.
Mm-hmm.
And they would still rape her, all that stuff. And this would happen continuously every day. And she would beg them, like, please, like, I won't say anything, just let me go. Or it got to a point where, her arms were burned, hair was burned, whole body was bruised, burned, injured. And it got to a point where she was just like, fuck it, I can't live like this. Just
mm-hmm.
kill me. Like,
I think I've heard about that.
End
actually.
it. Yeah, because it's gruesome.
Yeah.
They said she was just like, end it, please. Like, you guys need to kill me. I forgot how, whatever happened eventually, but she eventually died. and then I think that they put her body. I don't know if they cut her up, but they put her body in a barrel and put cement in it. And you know what's crazy? In the house that they had her in, the guy's parents were there, but they were kind of scared of him. Like they didn't want to question him, you know, because he was associated with the Yakuza. I don't know if you know, like the Japanese mafia. Yeah.
Japanese, yeah.
So, you know, of course they're going to be scared, but it's still wrong. You know, there's still witnesses to what's happening.
Bro,
there.
I feel fucking sick, bro.
Yeah, it's disgusting, bro.
Sick.
And they when she died, they eventually put her body into a barrel, filled it with cement, and then just left it anywhere. And eventually they found it, and then they tried those guys. You know, they had them in a trial before a judge, before a jury, whatever. And I think some of them got a little bit of jail time, but eventually all of them and the main guy that did it, they're free to this day, bro.
So they told the story.
Honestly, I don't know, but I think they might have. But because of their connection to the Yakuza, because of their connection to the Japanese mafia, they were able to get away with something like that.
Oh my God.
And it's like, dude, like, no matter who it is, like that's someone's kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and for someone to do something like that, oh God, it's giving me goosebumps.
That right there is fucking inhumane, especially just
disgusting.
In general.
It's
when
sick.
you treat someone like a fucking object, bruh, that's just, how can you even think of yourself? You know,
dude, they
as
treated
a
her
fucking
worse than an animal.
Right.
You know, at least people, you know, as meat eaters, you know, if they have like a slaughterhouse, they try to kill them as humane as possible.
Yeah,
you know,
and
so they don't feel
fast.
anything. End it fast. But
this girl was fucking.
They tortured her.
Was fucked up.
They sexually assaulted
mentally
her.
And physically.
Mentally too, bro.
Like she, to the point where she just wanted it to end. She didn't want to be saved.
Sad. Yeah, she didn't even care. She knew that there's no chance
dude.
of being saved. You know.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to sleep tonight.
Defecating herself, peeing herself because there's nothing else that she can do. She's locked up, and sick fucks, man. Those guys are still walking around, bro, and it just amazes me.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
I
mean, they're gonna get fucking karma, you know, one of these days. Because I mean, this was a while ago, right?
Yeah, I think it was a couple decades ago.
I'm pretty sure they've gotten hate from it, you know, from mass media, regardless if you know they're.
The thing is, bro, honestly, I would like to believe so. I would like to believe that there's some kind of good karma out there, but the fact that they're still walking around, I mean,
that's like the worst of the worst.
Shows you how humans are. How bad humans can get, especially if there's like organized crime. You know, people are scared of that. So
it's just like that's the worst of the worst that a human could get. Like that's deep down, like bro, that's the depths of hell. Like right there, bro. You're going there. You have a fucking spot secured already. Satan's already fucking waiting for you type shit.
With
like,
all
bro,
the human
like,
traffickers, with all the little kid murderers,
and
all
it's
those
just like,
people.
Bro, like I mean, there are different stages of hell. Did you know that?
I've heard something like that.
Yeah,
but
there's different stages. I don't necessarily remember.
Like it gets worse and worse, so it gets like hotter and hotter.
Yeah, like there's treachery. There's I think there's murder or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, last topic though is, I want to go to like a haunted location one of these days, like this October, bro.
Oh man.
Like not like I'm so dead ass, bro. Like I'm gonna we should start scheduling this shit soon. Like find some free time because I want to experience something. Because bro,
you hear this man? He wants to experience something.
Bro, we have
man.
like a platform already. People want to see this shit, and like I want to share this with not like only for funny, you know, purposes, but for educational purposes type shit. Like bro, like anyone. Like we're just normal ass people.
Yeah, anyone can
experience it. Anyone could experience it, and you could witness how a normal ass person would see this shit. Like if you were to experience anything paranormal or anything scary. But in the month of October, it could be either scary or horror.
Where do you want to go?
There's.
I know Winchester House.
There's places, right? Winchester Mansion.
Oh, mansion.
I want to visit
it's
there.
A mansion, bro.
It's a mansion.
Man.
Yeah, it's big
you
as shit.
Wait, is it like for specifically for the Winchester Mansion? Is it like a tourist attraction?
It's a tourist attraction. Yeah. Oh, you can't just go on.
No, but I'm saying like, is it like a tourist attraction where there's a lot of people at one time? Like anyone can go visit at the same time, or is it like you can stay there overnight? Or
no, hell no. I know that it's definitely an attraction, and I know it's really famous because it's in California.
Mm-hmm.
California,
where?
I think it's
Sacramento or something?
Sacramento or San Jose.
I think it's Sacramento.
Maybe Sacramento, but yeah, no, Sacramento's pretty old too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because they moved from the east to the west.
What?
The Winchester family.
Oh, for real.
So that's why they were over here, and that's why it's so famous. But yeah, so either though something like that. There's this other place where
what do you want to do though? Like just record your
I want to
experience?
record the experience.
Are you gonna bring any like I don't know, like recorders? If you're here, say something.
That I don't think we're allowed to do. However, I want to see.
For real?
Yeah, I want to see. What all this hype is about. But that's just one of the places. Another place where I want to go is there was this one place I forgot where it was, but one of my friends told me about it when she went to a friend's birthday party, which is pretty fucking scary. They went to this old battle area that used to, that was in I don't know what war.
For a birthday party?
Hold on, wait. It gets crazy because it's just like it was some creepy shit. They were talking to spirits with these rods, and if they crossed, it'd be like no. If they didn't, it'd be yes, or vice versa, whatever. And there'd be a person that would be able to communicate with the rods, like they're professionals. They'd be able to be like,
it's a professional person.
It's a professional holding the rods, and then but like you could be holding them too. You're with them, but that person is talking with the spirits, right? So my friend went there, and she was just like to the person that I guess it was a psychic. She was just like, oh, ask the spirit something like yes or no or whatever. I don't think it was just yes or no, but she was just like, are you a good spirit, bad spirit? And then it didn't answer it.
Like, well, it's not a yes or no question.
No, I don't think it was just yes or no questions that you could ask. But yeah, it didn't answer it, right? It just stayed like that. So I assume it was neutral. Mm-hmm. And so, or we assumed it was neutral. But then there's another time where the psychic was like thinking, in your childhood, would you always be walking past a pink house or a yellow house or colored house, whatever, with your grandma? And then my friend was like, what the fuck? I never met any person in my life. I never met this person in my life. So how the fuck did she know that? And it was true because my friend said that she used to walk with her grandma all the time and look at this pink or yellow house when she was a little kid. So that shit was fucking weird because how would they know that? So you're talking to the spirits. That's something I kind of want to do. I want to connect, bro. But I don't want to be followed with that shit, bro. I don't want to be followed.
I mean, I can do that. When you were a kid, did you have a friend named Eric or something? Or did you have a friend that you were close with that had the started with the letter J or something?
But being that specific, come on. I mean, hey, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying it is. I want to experience it, but I want to experience it. And that's just one of the places. Another place that I want to go to.
Wait, where was that?
Like I don't remember that.
What did you describe it as again?
It was an attraction. Like you have to reserve and stuff like that.
But what? Like is it a house, a graveyard?
There's
or something abandoned or
something abandoned or like an old battlefield where there's like buildings and stuff
in California.
And there's like a bridge and stuff like that. Like it's kind of like an old town maybe or an old maybe plaza. But anyways. Last type of haunted place I want to go to is something abandoned. An abandoned building somewhere around where we live, or
what about an abandoned coal mine?
Something that's fucking safe. I mean, I'm not saying all abandoned places are safe, but I'm saying relatively known to be, safe. And so I want not like where there's unstable ground where you could fucking hurt yourself.
Where the ground can cave in.
But here's an idea. All right. Shout out to Jerry for this that we had on our the guest that we had on our last podcast.
Shout out to boy Jerry.
He's part of OTS.
OTS.
But, he gave the idea that we should do hide and seek in an abandoned building or something like that.
Oh, so y'all want to go into an abandoned place, that's known for being haunted or whatever, and you guys want to split up and go into rooms by yourselves.
Hey, bro. But at least we could document shit, bro. At least we could document shit. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go to.
Come on, bro.
I don't want to go to a place where, like I said, it's unstable and it's fucking dangerous.
So you want to live out a real life horror movie?
Hey, low key, bro. But I want to. That's like that's the scary shit. That's gonna be on my channel if we post that.
No, we all gotta bring little bottles of holy water or something.
I mean, okay, it's abandoned. It's not gonna. It doesn't necessarily.
I'll play hide and seek in an abandoned place then. That's not necessarily haunted. Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be haunted. Hey, but I kind of do. Low-key want to try communicating to spirits, but not through a Ouija board. I don't think anyone would be down for a Ouija board. I kind of would. Don't get me wrong. Hey, I'm just living life, bro. Honestly, whatever happens,
I'm
happens,
down
bro.
for the experience, of course, for anything that's gonna give me the experience. But I'm not down to do something that I feel like I'm gonna bring home with me, bro.
Honestly,
I'm sure y'all can agree too. Come on.
Honestly, come on. Like, when is it? I mean, I know like one person that actually has done the Ouija board, and they said nothing happened.
That's them, bro. Come on, bro. I haven't met Steph Curry yet, bro. I gotta be able to live.
Okay, nah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we do it at our own risk, but I feel like if you manifest that shit, something's gonna happen. Like, bro, like, okay, what the fuck? Are we gonna fucking die tomorrow, bro? You're manifesting something.
All right, well, we gotta have some kind of like walkie-talkies or something, or
yeah,
camera.
Oh yeah,
Can't like our own phone or something, like, I don't know.
So basically, what our plan is recording different points of views.
Okay.
You know, of each person.
Don't give away too much.
No, yeah, I'm just saying.
Let them be surprised.
It's an idea,
still, you know.
It's an idea, yeah. So, you know, stay tuned for that. Let's schedule something, but I kind of want to do something with that.
So me too, then.
Yeah, you're part of OTS, bro. So it's kind of, you know, you have to, bro. So hey, no, that shit would be crazy. But anyways, that's what we
future. That's
do.
the future. Yeah. October is an exciting month, so
October,
just be ready,
bro. Cause you guys know me, I love horror shit, and
True.
I'm a bitch, bro. Like, I get scared with horror, but I love it, cause, bro, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna sound fucking psychotic. It makes me feel alive, bro.
You get an adrenaline rush,
and like
from
that
type of
adrenaline,
stuff,
like getting goosebumps is like, bro, holy shit. That shit that keeps you up at night, bro. The only thing is, when I'm scrolling through TikTok and it's like 1 a.m. to like 3 a.m. when I'm trying to go to bed, and then some scary shit on TikTok pops up, then I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? And
I actually like those. If it's like a true crime or paranormal, like something that, like a true story on TikTok,
like,
I like that.
when it's an actual
but
video.
I don't like when I'm watching a YouTube video, and of course it's at nighttime and it's like a scary movie. I don't like that type of shit.
No, but the thing is, at least you live with people, bro. For me,
you live with hella people.
No, okay, but you have fucking your girl sleeping with you, bro. For me, it's just like, what the fuck, bro? I used to have my hamster, but
rest in peace, motherfucker.
Rest in peace, bro. But yeah, no. At least you have your fucking girl, bro. I got my phone, my blanket, and, you know, my TV. I mean, that's pretty much it. Even so, I live on the fucking first floor of the house, so I'm just like, bro, fuck that. Nah, but stay tuned for October, guys. That's gonna be the end of this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. And, you know, there's more coming this October. Spooky season, hoodie season type shit. I don't know how the fuck. It's cold in here. I don't know how he's still wearing something.
First of all, it's still it's the beginning of fall, but it's still like in the 80s, 90s out here in Cali. So
fuck Bay Area weather, California weather in general.
Yeah, California weather in general, because it's hotter in LA.
It's hot as shit, bro. As much as I love hoodies, I can't even lie. I'm kind of sweating. Hey, but who knows? That's probably because of the ghost stories and the creepy ass stories that we were telling.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
I hope y'all got goosebumps from this. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But
yeah, but remember, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share with your friends, share with your family, share with your everybody, your coworkers. Come on, like, show some love. Coworkers. Come on now, like, we're gonna have more guests in the future, and, you know, we see that, you know, it's a work in progress, you know, with the guests, having guests on here, but, you know, like I said, it's just gonna get better from here.
Yeah, just stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
We're trying to be consistent, so forgive us if some things don't work out to our favor all the time, but yeah, we staying consistent. We trying to give y'all some content. Yeah, trying to branch out, do different things. So
and bro, these topics, bro, these podcasts is just gonna get better. I hope you guys are able to sleep tonight. I just know that there's more creepy shit coming in the next couple podcasts, especially this month. But yeah, we'll this is it right here. All right, see y'all later.